Okay, Mr Bourne, I'll just go to the 1,000 Jobs initiative. Is that still due to wind up in April?
So the current grant application round, you might recall last estimates I spoke about, we opened the grant round initially, the first tranche. We then opened the second tranche, which we adjusted some of the settings based on some feedback we got from business or job seekers. That tranche is published and open until April. After that, the government will take a decision about the subsequent tranches of
following that
of guidelines. Yeah, so, but it is actually just the application that's published at the moment will finished in April, but we've got the opportunity to extend or to again get some feedback and adjust if needed.
Well, we can follow up in the next estimates,
that's right.
Mr Bourne. How many jobs have been funded in total under this program?
Today,
and a breakdown by region, if you could.
So 360 jobs have been funded. I can do state by state breakdown as opposed to CDP region. Does that help?
360 jobs of the 1,000 Jobs initiative?
That's right. But in New South Wales, that's 26 jobs. Sorry, just to be clear, this is also for our remote footprint, our CDP footprint. That's where we focus. So in New South Wales, where we have a small footprint for remote job seekers, it's 26. In Queensland, it's 84. In Western Australia, there's 125 jobs. In South Australia, 26 jobs. And in the Northern Territory, 99 jobs.
Why is it so low?
So the program's been tracking along. It's been a very difficult period. Like I was saying, during the last 12 months with COVID, the objective of this program is to put in place a wage subsidy with an employer. So you go to a business and you ask them are they expanding their business? Can they take on an Indigenous Australian? During a period where the economy's been so dramatically disrupted, some of those businesses weren't expanding. They were barely keeping afloat. So what we did, we put in place a measure for that period under our guidelines where we allowed the business to come to us, work with us, but have a 6-month waiting period before they take the job seeker on their books.
Mr Bourne, this program was announced in March 2019, long before COVID came. Why has the department not been able to see the 1,000 jobs actually right across your 60 regions?
So we opened the first tranche in September. We had some uptake there, but we adjusted the guidelines to respond to feedback. We then opened up the next just as COVID hit. I acknowledge your point, but it has been a very difficult year for businesses in areas in remote Australia where the labour market is traditionally very weak. We'll continue to work with employers. We've got a great team out in the region, out in our regions, working with them.
Look, I don't doubt it's been difficult for employers, but you had 18 months prior to COVID hitting to at least get much higher than the numbers that you've got of 360 out of 1,000. I would have thought that would be quite disappointing.
Senator, we would have hoped to have higher with a year of impact on business and working with the businesses that I know across remote areas have been very rattled by the broader impact of the economy. Tourism in the Northern Territory, for example, those other major industries have slowed down. What we hope to see is as the economy continues to grow and as industries bounce back, such as tourism, there will be more jobs. Then the employers will take these subsidies and more job seekers will be employed.
Okay. I see the Chair giving me a look. So is my time up, Chair? I've got a few more questions, but just wanting to check.
Oh, you can go for a little while longer if you like.
All right.
Senator McCarthy.
Mr Bourne, how much of the $50 million for the 1,000 Jobs program has been spent?
So we've approved $16.67 million in funding. Like I was responding to Senator O'Sullivan's questions earlier, we release the funding on milestones across that. So the key point is 6.7 million has been approved for the 360 jobs.
6.7 of the 50.
Sorry, I just said that.
16.
16.7.
I thought you said 16.
Yeah, sorry, Senator. It's nearly lunch.
So 16.7 million of the 50 million
has been approved to be released to these
roughly in
jobs.
line with the percentage of jobs out of 1,000.
That's right.
The same sort of percentage of the money.
And will that 50 million still be retained for the remainder of this program to continue to see it roll out?
And that's the intention. It's published under the grant guidelines that the funding will be available for these wage subsidies.
Okay. So, again, we'll certainly follow that up with you,